If you need unlimited domination, clutch time, or anything else grinded, make sure you hit up Rose NBA on Twitter for quick, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can effectively win clutch time games and complete clutch time online fast and easy here in Season 2 of NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 8,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already. If you do, subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. The first thing to discuss is lineup building, and I think lineup building is really pretty easy this year, or easier than it's been in previous years, I guess I would say, because so many cards are so easily available for no money spent players, whether that be trophy case players, takeover players, and things like that. A lot of the best cards in the game are grindable. I mean, you can look at my team right now. 3 of the guys in my lineup are takeover players, and this is like my god squad for clutch time online. If I were to throw in a trophy case player like Derrick Rose, who have a ton of people have, and then all of a sudden I throw in a guy like Big Z, again, a ton of people have these guys. All 5 of these cards are free. Now, admittedly, I know Jimmy is not a card that a lot of people have, simply because opals are hard to get right now, because you would have had to grind all 5 centerpieces in Season 1 or already get a player in Season 2 from the centerpieces. So I think he is a little unrealistic. So we'll take him out of the lineup and we'll throw in another takeover player. Sure, we'll throw in Andre Iguodala, but like, you could build a lineup like this so easily here in my team, and we'll even downgrade our team a little bit just to make my point even more, I guess you would say, using some more budget players. We'll throw a Bull in there, a guy who can stretch the floor. I just think it's really important to have 5 guys who can stretch the floor, and I think this type of lineup will do that for you really easily, and you can do this effectively even being no money spent. Now, obviously, if you have the best cards in the game, have fun with them, use them, but you can build a team that is super effective online even being no money spent. I mean, we'll even throw in Marcus Smart. Might as well throw in another guy who's not an elite tier card in my team, and we're gonna just have a lot of success with 2 takeover players. Level 40 Scottie Pippen, who was super easy to get last season. I think a ton of y'all got him, and I mean, you can build a team like this and still have a ton of success in clutch time, because it's just important to make sure you have ball handlers, defenders, and everybody on the floor can space the floor. And I think that's really the only keys that are super important in clutch time. Now, let's hop into a game, and hold on, I don't have a ball in, so let's make sure we throw in a ball. We'll throw in that prize ball right there, and let's hop into a game and talk about what you can do in game to actually give yourself a better chance of winning. Now, I do have a video on my defensive settings on my channel, so go check that video out if you'd like to see what my settings currently are and what I'm running defensively. But I think it's really important to have defensive settings, and you can save them this year. I made a video on how to save your defensive settings as well, so they roll over from game to game. Then offensively, you want to hop in and make sure you just put on a freelance. I use Bucks 2018. I think it's the best freelance in the game. Again, I have a video on this as well as to why I think it's the best freelance in my team, so y'all can go check that out as well if you want to. And make sure your adaptive coaching engine is off. All your timeout, player minutes, substitution, all this stuff is off as well, although this stuff stays off if you turn it off in the main menu. One other thing is matchups. My opponent's got Diamond Steph, Diamond Jalen Green, Pink Diamond Dominique, Amethyst LaMarcus Aldridge, and Free Agent Jokic. So I'm going to put my primary defender, which in this case is Scottie Pippen, on Steph Curry. My secondary defender, which is Marcus Smart, is going to be on Jalen Green, the secondary ball handler, and our tertiary defender being Andre Iguodala, who really could be who probably is a better defender, but we're going to put him on Dominique Wilkins because he matches up better size-wise, or I guess Marcus Smart matches up better size-wise against Jalen Green than he does against a guy like Dominique. But our opponent's got a decent squad. I really think our team is honestly better, though, just by building a really simple squad that I think is very easy to build, even no money spent. And then the crucial thing to remember when you hop into a game, and I've said this many times, is especially in clutch time with only a 14-second shot clock, you just want to take what is available. You don't want to force things too much, especially in a game like this year's where it is so tough to score, as that's actually really quite good defense by my opponent. Luckily, we got a tip and we hit it out for an open 3. I'll turn off our shot meter as well because we don't want that on. But the key is offensively just to take what's given to you, what is available, and then defensively force your opponent to take tough shots. Don't give up easy 4s, don't give up easy 3s. Somehow my Scottie Pippen jumped there, which was completely not what I intended to do, and we almost gave up an open 3 there, which would have been a little bit annoying. But again, just play solid straight up defense, make your opponent work for buckets, make him work to get open shots. If he's a good player and he gets himself open shots, that's fine, but make him work, because if you can make him work consistently, he's gonna have to take a lot of tough shots like that one right there, and you're not gonna make a ton of shooting shots like that, and that's gonna make it really tough for your opponent to score. Then offensively, you just want to take what is available to you. And in this possession, we're able to get inside on Jokic, go up, and that's not a terrible take. He actually did get a little unlucky with the foul there, and I think we are getting a little bit lucky so far in how we're scoring. But regardless, we're about to have a 5-0 lead, assuming that I green the second free throw, and we've done a really solid job defensively of forcing my opponent into tough shots so far. I don't think forcing 4-pointers is the way to go. Obviously, if you have an open 4-pointer, it's awesome because 4 points is more than 3 and 3 is more than 2. So the more open shots you can get, the better. But obviously, you want to make your opponent work first and foremost defensively as much as possible, and then try to work as little as possible, running your pick and roll, taking your 2s, taking your open 3s, not forcing bad shots. On the offensive end of the court, especially with a 14-second shot clock this year, it's crucial to just take the good looks that you get, as we get another great look there with Marcus Smart. And all of a sudden, we have an 8-0 lead. We've been taking our open shots, just playing solid, not trying to force too much, not over dribbling, not over swinging on defense, just playing very, very solid basic defense and making him work every single possession. Again, a really good defensive possession with only a 14-second shot clock. It can be really tough to get up good shots if you just play solid, straight up defense. So we're doing a great job of both playing super solid, straight up defense and making our opponent work on the offensive end of the court. We're going to get in the post here. We're going to try to attack a mismatch with Steph. Even if we don't wind up scoring here, I'll live with it because this is a great matchup, and we do wind up scoring on the interior there with Sean Kemp. Another thing, we're taking advantage of matchups, making sure that we do a great job of exploiting anything that is available to us, and then of course making our opponent work on the defensive end of the court. My CPU Scottie Pippen jumps there, but we do a great job again of coming over with Andre Iguodala and getting another stop, and we are absolutely blowing my opponent out right now. Now, admittedly, my opponent is not the best player in the world. I don't want to sit here and say that he's this incredible player because no offense to him, I mean, I'm sure he's a great dude, but he's not playing super impressively right now. But a lot of people you play against in clutch time are going to be like that. They're going to give you a lot of good looks. They're not going to be super sweaty players the way that players in Unlimited and other modes like that kind of are. You'll match up against sweats, of course, in clutch time, just like in any other mode, but you can have a lot of success just by doing basic things, taking easy buckets, running your pick and roll, not giving up easy buckets on the defensive end of the court, making your opponent work for every bucket. Again, a great defensive possession. We just play straight up hands up defense, jump to contest in the opportunity, the potential that he had gone up for that layup, but then we're able to recover and play straight up defense there. And again, we got an open lane. We run our pick and roll, get past the pick. He doesn't play low, and we do a great job of getting to the rim again and attacking the basket. And I mean, we are absolutely dominating this game right now. Just doing a perfect job of showcasing what you can do defensively when you just play straight up defense, and then offensively, same thing, playing straight up, not trying to be too fancy, taking the opportunities that are given to us. Again, he's forced into a really tough shot, and even though he does get the offensive rebound and the putback there and does finally score, I mean, at this point, we are absolutely in complete control of the game. He's trying to press. He's trying to make me work. I mean, I'm having to work a little bit to get up the court. Backdoors are also really good this year. That was a great look right there with Pippen. He would have had a wide open dunk if it had let me get the back door off, but he did a good job getting himself a bump steal there. You can't let yourself get flustered either by those types of things. Like, he scored 2 possessions in a row. Obviously, we have a big lead, but you can't get yourself flustered when you had a good look and he got a stop. Something like that. It was a good bump steal by him. You just got to continue to be patient, get into your offense. He makes a mistake, jumps there. We got ourselves an easy layup with Iggy. Just don't try to get too fancy, especially in a game mode where you only have a 14-second shot clock. If you can play straight up and just take the buckets that are given to you, make sure that everybody can space the floor as well so that they can't paint sit off of any specific ones of your players, you're going to make your opponent work a ton to have success in this game. And I mean, we're seeing it right now. Our opponent is really struggling. We basically have this game in the bag. Let's pretty much finish it out now. As y'all can see, as this game winds down, we're going to wind up coming out of here with a win really, really easily. Might as well tack on one more bucket, because why not? Really didn't need to. I didn't need to. It's kind of rubbing it in, I guess, a little bit. But we obviously come out of here with a comfortable win, 25-8. And really, again, the keys to success in clutch time is number one, lineup building. Make sure everybody can space the floor. You have that elite defender or two, your lockdown defender. You have really good spacing, and you have a guy who can create shots for you and your teammates. And then the other keys are things like doing defensive matchups, making sure you have defensive settings already set up, putting on a freelance offensively so you can space the floor properly and have that effective pick and roll spacing, running your pick and roll on offense, taking the open shots that are available to you, playing solid straight up defense against your opponent and just not giving up easy shots, making them work, because with a 14-second shot clock, they're just not going to have a lot of time to have that easy success. And again, I mean, y'all see it right here. It's super easy to do this type of thing, even with a very, very budget lineup, a no money spent type lineup. If you're not taking advantage of taking takeover grinds like the Andrew Wiggins grind that's available right now for an hour and a half. If you're not playing the game some and working towards these trophy case players that can really be some of the best players in the game and benefit your team a ton, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice, because with guys like that filling out your lineup, you can easily have an absolutely immense amount of success in this game, being a no money spent player, especially in modes like clutch time where you only need 5 players. So hopefully this video did help y'all out. If it did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.